Well, hi. Today is Monday, January 27th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. We're going to talk a little football today. We're going to talk about a bike ride that's going to be happening across the state of Iowa coming up later on. You know the one we're talking about. Might talk a little podcasting, all kinds of things happening on this Monday. Glad to have you along. Well, congratulations, Chiefs fans. If you are used to seeing the Chiefs and the Bills play in the playoffs, same kind of game. Came all the way down to the end, and Chiefs win it by 3. It was an exciting game. Thank you very much to host Ryan and Tiffany. We had a watch party at their place last night, and it was a lot of great food, a lot of great football, a lot of great conversation, had a ton of fun, and I'm very thankful that you invited us over and we were able to take part in that. Also, congratulations, Eagles fans. I know that there's some around here because I keep running into you. And they pretty much just had their way with Washington. So it's going to be the Eagles and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And that game is coming up in 2 weeks on February 9th. And find a good Super Bowl party to go to if you would. I think you're going to have that's the best way to watch the games. Unless you really want to watch the commercials. And there are some people that want to do that. Then I would not suggest going to a party. Because that's the time when everybody really starts talking. So that is going to be my plans in a couple of weeks to be able to go out and watch the Super Bowl. I love going to parties. I love the food. I remember years and years ago, it was, what was it, the 95 Super Bowl, I think, when was it the Niners were playing somebody? I don't even remember. It could have been the Chargers. But it was Deion Sanders was playing for the Niners back then, and a buddy of mine was hosting a Super Bowl party, and he said that he'd read somewhere that every good Super Bowl party starts with Bloody Marys at 11. So that's what we did. Had a really good time. I know somebody else is going to be watching the Super Bowl, and that's Travis Waldstein of Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning and Waldstein Plumbing. And when integrity matters, these are the guys that you want to call. So if you're having any issues at all with your HVAC system, I know it's supposed to be a little bit warmer this week, or possibly some plumbing issues going on right now, get a hold of Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning and Waldstein Plumbing. Also, while you're online, be sure to take a look at my website, LusHillsMedia.com. That was built by Just Sue Creative, and Sue Pitts did a phenomenal job. She's making updates all the time. I can see that the traffic continues to increase on my website, and she can do the same for you. Not just that, but be able to help you across your social media, all kinds of marketing, business strategies. You know, with all of the decades that she had with a small business development center, Sue has some really good skills when it comes to business, and that's what she is bringing now to her business, Just Sue Creative. Also, over the weekend, RAGBRAI's overnight stops were announced for 2025. RAGBRAI 52 will be July 19th through the 26th. And it's going to start, we're going north this year. Going to start in Orange City. So that will be the beginning. Everybody will be gathering on July 19th in Orange City, taking off on a Sunday the 20th, riding from Orange City to Milford, Iowa. Milford is the southernmost community that's part of the Iowa Great Lakes. You know, it goes Milford, Okoboji, Arnold's Park, and then to Spirit Lake. So they'll be stopping in Milford. I doubt that they'll be heading up Highway 71 to Spirit Lake. They're going from Milford to Esterville, but my guess is they're going to take county roads headed straight east out of Milford and not go north past the lakes. Then after Esterville, it will be the longest leg of the journey over to Forest City, 74 miles from Esterville to Forest City. That's going to be a long day. Then from Forest City, they're going south to Iowa Falls. Iowa Falls, an overnight stop for the 5th time. And I used to live there. Matter of fact, I was born in Iowa Falls. So I'm very familiar with the community, and it's a beautiful, beautiful town. They call it the Scenic City for a reason. The Iowa River runs right through it. Iowa Falls, then over to Cedar Falls. That's just under a 50-mile ride. The shortest leg of the trip will be that Friday, July 25th, when they ride Cedar Falls to Olwine, 38 miles just that leg. And then a pretty good jaunt for the last leg, Olwine to Guttenberg, finishing up in Guttenberg this year, a 61-mile ride there. Got me thinking about all of the different towns that have been overnight stops or maybe starts or ending stops along RAGBRAI. And, it's been a little while since it was in Council Bluffs. In fact, the last time it started in Council Bluffs was 2019. And they're getting due to come back again. And since they went north last year, maybe they'll come south again this year for next year. The last time they were down in the area, they started in Glenwood. That was just last year. And as you take a look at who has had the most overnight stops for RAGBRAI, Council Bluffs is near the top. It's been 7. Now, again, it's just starting, so people do spend the night here and then get up early and take off. But Council Bluffs has hosted 7 times since its inception in 1973. The first overnight stop was in 1974. And then the other years for Council Bluffs, 86, 94, 2000, 2009, 2013, and then, as I mentioned, 2019. There have been 3 communities that have hosted overnight stops 8 times instead of 7. And all of them are in our little corner of the state. Glenwood, starting 8 years there. Their first year was in 1980. Also hosting the starting city 8 times, Sioux City. And then as an overnight stop, Atlantic has hosted 8 times. So that is the most. And then after that, 7 times. Burlington is an ending spot. They've hosted 7 times. Storm Lake, an overnight spot, has also hosted 7 times. So it's kind of a cool site on RAGBRAI's web page that you can see all of the history going back to 1973 with the overnight stops. By the way, this particular ride is going to be the second shortest. I think I said it was 406 miles total, which is the second shortest leg distance that they've ever done. There's only been 1 year, which was back in the 70s, that they went just 400 miles. Every other trip has been longer than that. So it's going to be a short trip. It's going to be a flatter trip. They said it's the 6th flattest of the 52 that have been ridden so far. So if you're looking for an easy ride across the prairie up in northern Iowa, this is going to be the year coming up later on in July. They'll announce the entire route. I think it's in April when they put that out. So we'll let you know once that happens, because I know there's a lot of folks that go along and do RAGBRAI, and I have never ridden it myself, but I have worked some of the overnight stops. 1 year was actually when I got my start in radio in Iowa Falls, and that was 1994, I believe it was, that they stopped there. And I was working for radio, so I was out, doing entertainment and different things like that. I was still in my 20s, so what did I know? Not a whole lot. Anyway, I also wanted to let you know that Prairie and Pine Real Estate Group, Keller Williams, Greater Omaha, proud supporter of what we do here at Morning Coffee. And Mackenzie has said that things are heating up already inside of the real estate market this year. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, then you're going to want to go to prairieandpinerealestategroup.com. Make an appointment to talk with Mackenzie and find out exactly what it is that she and her team can do for you. Also, Foxco Fabrication, busy making signs. They're doing welding projects. They're turning regular trucks into flatbed trucks. All kinds of stuff going on. There's times that I get a hold of Rick, and it's hard to reach him just because he is so busy. But he's really good at getting back to me, and I know he's good at getting back to all of his clients. And you're going to want to go to foxcofab.com. Take a look at all of the different things that he can create and his team can create. And if you got any welding projects, he's your man. This is the team, and this is the company that you want to hire, because you know they're going to get the job done right. So foxcofab.com is the website. Over the weekend, I was talking with some friends about a podcast that it looks like they're going to get started. And as it gets closer and as they get ready to launch, I'm going to help them promote it here on Morning Coffee, and probably go ahead and put a link to that podcast up on my website, which is something that I do. And if you have a local podcast, by the way, and would like to be linked onto the website, get a hold of me, toddstuder@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you. and see about adding you to our platform of what it is that we do here at Les Hills Media and Podcast. There's a lot of great local podcasts going on, and I think that these guys are going to be another one of those, and it's going to fit right in and be very entertaining. But it got me thinking about 4 businesses and people that are thinking about doing a podcast. What are some of the things that you need to be considering? And the number one thing is your audience. Who is it that you're talking to? Who is it that you are hoping to reach? Yeah, it's great when you do monster numbers and you have this overall reach in the entire country, and other countries as well are interested, and you're pulling in all of these wonderful numbers. But that's not what it's about. Number one, it needs to be about the community that you live in, and then spreading out from there. And especially if you have a business and a business podcast, because podcasting, and especially video podcasting, is such an essential tool when it comes to branding for your business. What better way to reach your audience and either your existing clients or potential new clients, and show them what you personally are all about with your business than in long form video that then can be transferred into short form video? There's a lot of people out there right now that are consulting businesses. Gary Vee is one of them. If you don't follow him on social media, you really should, because the man is a genius when it comes to that. And I was watching one of his videos recently, and he was talking about personal branding. And he was also talking about how most of us are all consuming information via video shorts. And it's just the reality of the world right now. It may not stay that way forever, but for right now, that's what it is. So are you getting your information out on video shorts? Whether you use my company, you use someone else's company, or you're doing it yourself, you really need to be doing this. And you can reach so many people, and you can really tailor your message that fits your brand in a way that you can't do other ways. I would never tell you that all of your energy should be put into one area of marketing. I think that anybody that says that to you is not telling you the truth. It's better it's just like investing. Diversify. And you need to diversify your marketing. It's better to be in a lot of different places. But here's the thing, is that by pushing out these videos in whether it be on a long form podcast or short form videos, the actual publication of these videos on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, all across these platforms is free. It doesn't cost you anything to post things there. Now, obviously, you can buy an ad campaign and use that same thing in there, but for the most part, it's completely free. And it's really about content now. Gary Vee is one that is preached, and I have bought wholeheartedly into it. It's not about how many followers you have specifically on your Facebook page or on your Instagram page. Those numbers are great, and that's important, but it's more about content now. And the algorithm is looking at what that content is. So if you are getting your brand out there, that's how it's going to reach the most people. I'd love to be able to talk to you about it and be able to help you out with that. But know your audience. Know who it is specifically that you are wanting to talk to, because chances are that's who you're going to end up talking to. It's the way the algorithms work. You will find the people that are looking for you that don't even know they're looking. You know how it is. We have conversations and our phone hears us, and next thing you know, we're seeing ads about it. And I think sometimes is reading my mind. I didn't even say it out loud, and suddenly the ad is showing up on my phone. It works that way, and it can work for your business too. Whether you are, my personal opinion is, if you're in real estate, you absolutely need to be doing this, because what better way to brand yourself? And if you're in real estate, you're selling yourself, but I'm preaching to the choir here. You know that's your number one commodity is you and what you personally bring to the table. How are you getting that message out there? I think short form video and also having long form video is the way to go with that. Straight audio podcasts still have a place, but I think that without video, you're missing out. I when I first began doing all of this back 5-6 years ago, I think it was in 2020, January of 2020, when I first filed paperwork with the county to form my business. And my first true podcast client was a Council Bluffs Area Chamber of Commerce, and we were producing their podcast for them. And it just started to grow from there. We picked up another chamber. Different real estate podcasts have come along. We have one on the trades. We have entrepreneur podcast, all of these different things that we have been producing. And they are finding value in this past just how many specific views they happen to have on that one particular video. I tell everybody when they're starting a podcast, do not look at this as you have one chance to hit a home run and then that's it. It's not how it works. You're building a library. You're building a series of episodes that each one has a topic that someone will want to listen to. And you are the expert in your field. Who knows what you do better than you? So that's what you want to talk about. And that's what I told my friends over the weekend. Know your audience. And they're based in Omaha. So I said, how are you going to talk to Omaha? That's what you need to do, is find out how to best speak to Omaha. And I could see the light bulb go off, and they were both very excited. And I'm looking forward to getting that started. They getting that started. I'm also looking forward to helping them promote that. They're just some friends of mine that want to do a podcast and just make people feel a little bit better. And I think that's a wonderful thing to do. So if you have any questions at all about how to put together a podcast, the value of video shorts, how it is that those are put together, where to put them, how do you distribute a podcast, how do you market a podcast, we have all of those tools available for you. And the number one thing is going to lushillsmedia.com. That's my website. And on there, you're going to find a free podcast planner. So go there. Click on that link. It's going to ask you for your email address so you can download the free podcast planner. And that's it. That's all it takes. And it's going to have you everything in there step by step of, okay, what's it about? Who's your target audience? How do you want to market this? And it'll walk you through the entire process of what you need to consider before you get started. Fill all of that out. And then if you'd like to talk to me further, send me that email at toddstuder@gmail.com, and we'll have the conversation. And I would be very happy to let you know what the next steps for you are, and what platforms to use, how to set up a studio in your office or your home, what microphone to use, all of these different things that you're going to need to get started. That's why we're here. And I would love to be able to talk to you about that. All right, that's going to wrap things up on this Monday. I think we're launching pretty well, and I am looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. My name's Todd Studer. Have a great Monday.